Welcome to Oblivious, the show. I'm host Caleb, here with co-host Alex.
Hello!
Five Nights at Freddy's 2 movie cast got announced.
I thought it got announced last episode. Or was it after that? I guess, yeah, it was
It's
after
like
that.
right after that.
Yeah. The lore implications. Matt Pat.
Matt Pat is Toy Bunny.
I wonder how, though. Megan Fox is also in the movie?
Honestly, I was talking to CJ about this because he was confused why Megan Fox. And I remember her role from another movie where she plays as like a robotic like housemaid.
Oh, I thought you were talking about when she was a vampire.
Either one, but I think she pulls off a good robotic voice. You can like, especially as Toy Chica.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like that makes sense.
Yeah, I think she could do it. Very... I don't know what they're going to end up... I don't know how they're going to implement it, because the original animatronics didn't have voices, right? Or they just kind of went... They kind of did their basic... They didn't really have voices, no?
Well, none of them really got voices until the series got so convoluted that I couldn't pay attention anymore.
They're probably just going to have like some quick one-liners or something. It's like, hi, how you doing? Or it's chicken time.
Unless they're using the movies to clean up like the lore.
Mm-hmm.
So like these toy animatronics will be like the fun time animatronics from the latest games.
Mm-hmm.
So like it'll be that kind of storyline combined.
Remember
with
though,
two.
Scott Cawthon does not like gay people.
He doesn't like gay people.
No.
But
there was some controversy.
Well,
on
he's
that.
not really in charge of.
No, he's not anymore.
So I mean, like, and honestly, I don't know how to tell him this, but that's like your whole fan base.
God,
Look, you get the gays and the furries, and then there's just the everyone else. Like the majority of that.
Do you think
fan
Bonnie
base is either gay or furry? I'm pretty sure.
Bonnie has two effects on the human mind. Scott was so scared of Bonnie that he showed up in his mind or showed up in his dreams.
What?
Oh, you didn't know about that? No. Oh, in the development of FNAF 1, Scott would have nightmares of Bonnie. So that's why Bonnie's model would end up becoming Springtrap. I think that's unconfirmed, but it's just like if you know that lore and then you go, oh, that's why Purple Guy is modeled the way he is.
Rabbit.
Yeah, because it's scary to Scott. But fuck, you hit me with the confusion. What the fuck was I talking about?
I hit you.
You hit me with confusion.
You were talking while I was just chewing.
Oh God, I don't even know where that was supposed to go. But yeah, that's some lore bit right there.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I never heard that.
Yeah, he scared. He got scared of Bonnie in the first game, and so probably had some consequences later on with all of his other later designs. Now I remember what I was gonna say. I think Bonnie probably scared people like Scott, but also awakened people's furriness. I think FNAF.
I thought it was Chica. That Chica's the one that did that.
No, Chica's part of that weird like My Little Pony part of the of those fandoms where it's just like hot female anthropomorphic animal to fuck, not furry awaken kind of thing. Because I don't think a lot of My Little Pony fans are furries. I actually think there wouldn't be a crossover there. I think if I know my internet.
Is it because they're not human enough?
Probably, actually, I would argue.
They're
maybe.
just actual horses.
Yeah. I'm clopping it. I saw that earlier. It wasn't earlier. It was a few days ago on some random ass fucking thing. I don't know. It was like the original My Little Pony show was super dark and scary. It's like, no, it's not. And the video plays. It's like, dear God, what is the original My Little Pony people were doing?
Don't they get like sent to hell?
Yes, they were like fighting demons and like and orcs and like skeletons and shit. I'm like, what the fuck?
Real.
And I saw that in the comment section. Someone said clopping it. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
What is clopping it? Why clopping it?
I'm clopping it right now, man. So weird. So weird. Can you really like? Is It feels like such a distant memory. Bronies used to be a thing.
They still are. They've
I know.
Just been shamed into hiding.
I know. It's so weird. So weird. And you know what's wild is like I couldn't get away from the My Little Pony thing if I could, because the voice actress for Jolene voices Twilight Sparkle, like the horse in the show, the main character.
Wow.
She voices Jolene. Actually, she wanted to voice Jolene, so it's kind of her dream role. So from My Little Pony to JoJo's, crazy pipeline. The pipeline is real.
That's wild.
And you know what's even wilder? I know My Little Pony scaling. Not of my own free will. I was told that. I'm like, okay, cool. She can't beat Goku though. Can't beat Goku though.
Real.
But yeah, I don't know how we got to here. What is on your mind today?
Oh, I think we can. I think we can transfer, I guess, already into today's topic from Five Nights at Freddy's to segue. I had lasagna last week for dinner, so we will be talking about creepypastas today.
Okay. I thought you were gonna like go into like Eldritch Horror Garfield territory with that, but okay, apparently that's a good creepypasta.
That's part of it, I guess.
Yeah. I did like that.
Should we go in the lore of that?
I don't know how that started at all, but I
don't either. I know Alberto always showed us in high school.
It was kind of a cool concept. I kind of like the whole like Eldritch Horror, like, John, feed me lasagna. And it's like, sure, Garfield. But then it'd be like in a dream. And it's like Garfield slowly eating the soul away of John.
I don't even remember what he said.
I don't even remember. There were so many different interpretations of it.
So stupid.
And like Odie would always be dead or something in these things.
Odie would be assimilated into the void.
Or something like that.
Eldritch Horror Garfield.
I think that's what they called him, right? I think so. I'm
sorry, John.
Yeah. That's what it was.
r/I'm sorry, John.
There's a fucking subreddit for it. There's a subreddit for everything. I don't even know why I asked.
Let's see. I want to find. Oh, is
that the original?
I want to find the original. I think it is under r/I'm sorry, John.
Go to the oldest post.
I might have to grab the laptop for this because I hate scrolling through Reddit on my phone.
We'll be right back after these messages.
Do you have the app on your phone?
I do.
Oh,
I can do it.
Pull up. I'm sorry, John, on Reddit.
Okay, let me get you tweet.
Because I know that's where it originated. Like that's where the first comic was made.
Everyone says 1 million people on this.
Is it still growing?
I don't know. The first post I see is the creation of man.
What?
Okay, let's see. Let's continue here. I'm seeing some biblically accurate Garfields in here. Very interesting.
Biblically accurate Garfield.
Yeah, but angels. And it's like low effort. So far, low effort creepypastas.
So,
like you put.
Is this what's become of the I'm sorry, John subreddit at this point?
So far,
is
yeah.
It dead? Because I know the original storyline's over.
Yeah.
Didn't it branch too into other like children's media like Peabody and Sherman?
I think I did.
Did you see
that.
those ones?
I think I did. Hold on, let me see the top post. We'll see the top post.
I know the Peabody and Sherman ones are on TikTok.
The top post of I'm sorry, John, is John as an angel smiting Eldritch Horror Garfield with the bottom saying, "The forgiveness of John. I won't lie, it goes incredibly hard."
Of John.
That is incredibly hard.
That's insane.
That's some Warhammer shit right there. That's just Sanguinius versus a Nurgle demon.
I'm gonna screenshot this, and you're gonna send this to Caleb and post to put on screen. But we'll compare this to wherever we find the original version of this.
I'll try to find it.
Because the evolution from what I remember being the original,
there's an actual lasagna with what it looks with the silhouette of Garfield on it. This is crazy.
Oh my god!
This is just the top post. You probably don't even. The Bikini Bottom Horror Part 8.
I remember that one too. Those were happening at like the same time.
Yeah,
where Patrick was. Like
the Council of Teletubbies. I remember that creepypasta.
I don't remember that.
This one's a pretty good one. Basically, the Council of Elder Teletubbies would be like the Teletubbies in the TV show are babies, but they'd slowly grow up to become like actual Eldritch demons and stuff like that. So it's actually pretty cool seeing. Wow, I didn't know it actually showed up from this subreddit. That's neato.
Interesting. What was it? Peabody and Sherman.
Is it a lot of this stuff just seems like it's gorecore, honestly.
It really is.
All this for a dog? Like it's just aura farming. This is just aura. This is just aura farming. All this for a dog, John. Of course. Hold on, I'll set it. Here you go. Here's one of them. But yeah, there seems to. That was a weird era, like 5 years ago. Wow, that was in 2020, man. Jesus.
That's crazy.
But I kind of expect that from my generation, or our generation. Like that whole horror stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
Just the branch off of it, though. The Peabody and Sherman one, I think. That's like the most recent version of that, right?
Mm-hmm. I think
Where
so.
it's like... I don't remember what happens. They like time travel and he goes into like a paradox or something, and they just get disintegrated into the timeline.
Oh god.
But it's just cosmic horror the whole time.
It's weird how this comes up every few like years or something.
Cosmic horror?
Kind of like somebody like does like some crazy thing. I think right now actually I did see it pop up every once in a while, but like putting SpongeBob or like any of like the SpongeBob characters in like creepypasta scenarios, like creepypasta stories, but they animate it with like SpongeBob characters. Mm-hmm. I've been seeing a lot of those. I've been seeing as of recent a lot of like Squidward in like war scenarios where like you gave up on your company, you've gone rogue, you try to go back to base, everybody's dead, and there's still gunfire in the background and stuff like that.
Is this actually the first one?
Which one? Let me see.
It's from 2013.
Okay.
From this comic where I'll just explain it to the audience, where John wakes up and his home looks a little weird, a little stripier than usual.
Stripey.
And the comic ends where John's peeking around into the kitchen, and you see the text, "I'm sorry, John," and it's Garfield. His entire body has become the house, and it's "I was so hungry."
Oh my god! Yeah, I do remember this one.
I didn't know that was the original.
I'm sorry, John. I was so hungry.
So it went from that, which could just be a funny joke on Garfield eating the house, to Garfield becoming a demon beyond comprehension. That's wild.
It really is. It's so fascinating to me how some people come up with like creepypasta concepts. Because I remember reading one creepypasta where it's just, or like an SCP file where it's basically just, so everybody gets stuck in traffic and everybody slowly suffocates to death because of all the cars still being on.
Wild.
It's a pretty good one. So it's like some modern horror right there. But I'm all like, it's okay. Not the greatest. I remember I had an SCP phase. It wasn't
SCPs
crazy.
and creepypastas are kind of like
the same.
two sides of the same coin.
Do you want to know something?
What?
At the same time Slenderman was blowing up, SCP started. So I think 079. Hold on. Alex has to Google. Hold on.
The SCP stuff's always interesting.
There's a few good ones. There's a lot of shit ones, but when you find a really good SCP, it's really nice. Hold on. SCP-173, the classic. Originally started off of a 4chan thread of somebody making, it's the original Backrooms. This is the original Backrooms thing where somebody made like a whole like SCP-esque file of 179, and then they just did the whole format right there, and that's how SCP started. So around the same time like creepypastas were blowing up, SCPs were birthed into existence. I'll be fair, a lot of them are kind of ass, but for the most part,
same with creepypastas too.
Yeah, but some of the SCPs are really good. I think people get more invested into like the lore of what the SCP Foundation should be. And that's what I think a lot of people primarily like. It's how like the Foundation keeps all these monsters in a cage, more or less.
Yeah.
And stuff like that.
For it to all just kind of spawn from just like ideas on the internet, I think is very impressive.
Oh yeah, 100%.
But it is kind of to go back to creepypastas. You know which one never seems to die?
Which one?
Like it just keeps getting brought back to life.
Which one?
Sonic.exe. That one seems to revive every year in some new form.
It's weird seeing that one. You know why? Because I remember when people legitimately thought it was a creepypasta. Where did it come from? I think it originally came from...
They thought it was a creepypasta, or they thought it was real?
They thought it was real because there used to be... Caleb and Post, correct me on this. If you would pirate one of the Sonic games, they would get that weird, creepy Sonic face.
No, actually.
Is it not?
I actually know the answer to this. So that whole thing, that's not even a creepypasta. That's just like an actual...
No, that's a thing.
It's in Sonic CD, specifically when you play on the Japanese version, I think. It's either the Japanese version or when you're playing with the Japanese soundtrack on. Is when you go to the boss theme for the Japanese track, it pops up with that screen where it's the Sonic with like the clown face, and it's playing. It has in Japanese text, "Fun is infinite, Sega is Majin," which is all just like a joke by the developers, just to imply that Eggman's evil. I think I'm pretty sure that was their entire intent, because literally that's the song that song is just what pops up. Actually, no. I think that's the US version. That's the US soundtrack. The Japanese soundtrack is all hip hop and funky when you fight Eggman. But the English version has this weird like nightmare music that plays when you fight Eggman. I don't know why they chose that as the theme song. And you know what? I'm gonna play them for you back to back, and you tell me which one makes more sense
for Eggman, just the game.
Just for the game in Eggman, like you know how Sonic CD looks, right?
Yeah,
you can picture it in your head.
It's like the most classic, not the most classic, but like one of the more iconic art styles of it. But going back to the point, people used to grab that screenshot and then just throw it up everywhere, and then it just slowly evolved into that Sonic looking picture. But you also have to remember, also during that time, corrupted games were the thing.
That was a big.
That was like a big thing. Everybody was all like
the majority of
you got
TikToks, creepypastas.
Yeah, you had Hero Brian, you had Ben Drowned. Fuck, these are some classics we're picking up. Ben Drowned, Slenderman. No. Well, he's a 50-50 on that one. But yeah, Mario was the only one that didn't have one? Luigi kind of had one. People did like a rejected Luigi one there for a little bit.
I think Luigi and the Luigi one from Luigi's Mansion and the Herobrine one are kind of like a little bit removed from these other ones because like the Ben Drowned one was more of a creepypasta based on like a corrupted, cursed game file.
There's always a cursed
Whereas
game.
The Luigi one was based on just like a graphical glitch in Luigi's Mansion where it looked like Luigi hung himself. And the Minecraft one was just like a rumor in the community.
It was just
about a Herobrine
it was
being
just
in the game.
replaced texture. That's all it was.
I don't even know if it was a replaced texture. It was just like, actually, no, that is a replaced texture.
It was a replaced
They just got rid of his irises in his eyes.
No, I think they put it on some grass blocks in the background or whatever. I think that's how people figured it out. People have the location. You can play on the Herobrine map.
Really?
Yeah, you can find any Minecraft maps. I think how they do it is they just need a few blocks, and then they'd end up just putting into some code and like, yeah, we have the map. Here it is. Here's a whole 18 character code for it, and you put it in. You can play on the Herobrine map. Nothing happens on the map,
and you can just make your character Herobrine now. So it was all redundant to begin with.
Oh yeah, 100%. It was always redundant.
Anyway.
But then, do you remember the Pokemon ones?
I know they were always based around like Lavender Town and stuff.
Yeah, it was like, Lavender Town had a fucking choke.
Oh, we can get to that after this because that one actually has a pretty big lore behind it. But okay, so here's the Japanese version of the Sonic CD boss theme.
This sounds like a bop.
It goes hard, right?
I can kind of hear like maybe the disembodied voices in the background, but
like they kind of kept some of like the sounds for each. But now here's the USA version.
Okay.
And you tell me which one makes more sense.
Panic. It can I give you my honest take?
It's like what? Yeah, go ahead.
It sounds and feels like a Silent Hill bop.
It does.
Okay, so play from the start again. Play it from the start again.
Like it literally does not fit a Sonic game
At all. So play it again.
Which is I guess why I can see.
I'm gonna wait a few seconds. There. After that point, you can tell it's still somewhat Sonic, but if you were to put that in a Silent Hill game,
no one would know.
No one would notice.
You could literally place that in a horror game, and to anybody who has never heard that song before, they would not even bat an eye.
No, they'd be too scared of seeing the 18-foot monster in front of them going, oh!
Because there's, like, I get why that kind of stirred up, like, conspiracy in the gaming community. Because it's just, like, I
love the old rumor mill, the original internet on forums. It was so good, and then everybody figured out how to crack code, and then it's just like, nah, man, it's not fun anymore. It's not fun. Half the stuff is lies.
But like, I just of all the bangers that the Sonic team pumps out for every Sonic game, like, how did they come up with that song?
One of them must have been on the Silent Hill team, and they'd be like, bump this. I'm like,
also, that game's the only time that a Sonic game has had separate soundtracks for the Japanese and US release.
Because Michael Jackson worked on 3s, right? Or 2s.
I think he did 2 and 3.
Yeah. Or how does it work? Like he made beats, but then didn't finalize them because he had like a whole bunch of scandals, right? How am I remembering that?
I think he just did it because he wanted to.
Yeah,
but he didn't want any credit
Oh yeah. Now I remember.
Because he just liked.
I like the hedgehog.
I think it was because his nieces and nephews played it, and so he's like,
"Hold on, I got you."
He's like, well, I can make some music for this game that my nieces and nephews play.
I can make a beat. That's sauce right there. That's why Sonic has probably stayed relevant for so long.
Sonic's goated.
Michael Jackson's Ghost helping every Sonic release ever.
Honestly, if that's I mean, he wasn't dead for the majority of Sonic games that came out.
It was afterwards, just pushing the franchise out for all the autistic kids. Here you go.
He's the reason why Sonic Frontiers soundtrack went so hard.
Real. Maybe he kind of like Midas touched the whole franchise to where anybody who makes any music for Sonic, at least bare minimum, 6 out of 10.
Honestly, I could see that. I'd believe that. I believe that conspiracy. He gave it the Midas touch. Okay. So where do we start with the Pokemon creepypasta? Do we go with just start with the Lavender Town one? Because that one had like, wasn't it that there's like a copy called Pokemon Black?
I remember that one, and it was so fucking stupid.
It's like what? They're all stupid.
It's all like, as a grown adult looking back on it, it's like, are you serious? Like you find it's always a bootleg copy of a main release game that has been witched and transformed into something dark and evil that once you put into your Game Boy Advance, you will see demons coming out of it.
I think I have the original story right here.
You do?
The original Pokemon Black story.
Read it. I remember the models in game looking crazy. I know somebody in some college. I know for a fact. It was some guy in college said, "I want to make a scary Pokemon game," because for whatever reason, everybody wants to make a scary version of any popular media franchise for whatever fucking reason.
Winnie the Pooh.
Exactly, and they just did it with Pokemon.
All right. So here's how it starts.
Okay.
I'm what you would call a collector of bootleg Pokemon games. Pokemon Diamond and Jade, Chaos Black, etc., etc. It's amazing the frequency with which you can find them at pawn shops, Goodwill, flea markets, and such. They're generally fun, even if they are unplayable, which they often are. The mistranslations and poor quality make them unintentionally humorous. I've been able to find most of the ones that I've played online, but there's one that I haven't seen any mention of. I bought it at a flea market about 5 years ago. Here's a picture of the cartridge, in case anybody recognizes it. Unfortunately, when I moved 2 years ago, I lost the game.
Of course,
so I can't provide you with screen caps. Wow, who would have thought?
Who would have fucking thought?
As he makes this post, he lost the game.
I lost it 2 years ago.
I lost it 2 years ago when I moved. Just so happened to remember it to make this post.
Yeah.
Didn't hold on to it for some reason, despite the fact that I've thought it...
Thought about it for 5 years.
Thought of it relevant enough to make an entire post on.
You continue.
The game started with the familiar Nidorino and Gengar intro of Red and Blue version. Mm-hmm. However, the press start screen had been altered. Red was there, but the Pokemon did not cycle through. It also said Black version under the Pokemon logo.
Can I make fun of just the Pokemon Black? It's like, really? That's all you do? It's like, to make it scary, you just put black. Like, you could have like made it just like still like red or blue or like, but black.
Pokemon Company years later, we're making Pokemon black and white.
I remember some people actually had conspiracies about like Pokemon wanting to do black and white just so they can get rid of that way back in the day.
Honestly, I could see that, but also literally they just always choose opposites to have the two cartridge releases. So
yeah,
I'm pretty sure after they already went through Diamond and Pearl, they're like,
shit, this is black and white.
I don't know what other colors, metals we could possibly do. We're just gonna go back to colors again.
Real. Okay, continue.
Which they did again with Scarlet and Violet. They did. Upon selecting new game, the game started the Professor Oak speech, and it quickly became evident that the game was essentially Pokemon Red version. After selecting your starter, if you looked at your Pokemon, you had, in addition to Bulbasaur, Charmander, or Squirtle, another Pokemon, Ghost.
Ghost,
like the one that you see in Sylph Tower before you get, or the Pokemon Tower before you get the Sylph Scope.
What, man? You captured the Ghost?
You captured Ghost? How'd you capture Ghost?
You can't do that, man.
They just scare you away every time. You need the Sylph Scope, and then it becomes Ghastly, your Haunter.
Yeah, man.
That Pokemon was level 1. It had the sprite of the ghost that are encountered in Lavender.
What if you just chose? What if you just chose any other of the starters and then the game just plays normally? So
well, no, you choose the starter and then you get Ghost.
Okay. I misheard.
So you don't get the choice. Even if you didn't want Ghost, you're stuck with the level 1 Ghost.
Okay.
Which is impossible because no Pokemon could go to level 1 on Red and Blue.
Oh, that's right. You can't because you can't breed anything.
Even on Gold and Silver, they start at level 5 when they hatch.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Anyway, it had one attack, Curse. I know that there is a real move named Curse, but the attack did not exist in Generation 1, so it appears it was hacked in. Defending Pokemon were unable to attack Ghost. It would only say they were too scared to move. When the move Curse was used in battle, the screen would cut black. The cry of the defending Pokemon would be heard, but it was distorted, played at a much lower pitch than normal. The battle screen would then reappear, and the defending Pokemon would be gone. If used in a battle against a trainer, when the Pokeballs representing their Pokemon would appear in the corner, they would have one fewer Pokeball. The implication was that the Pokemon died. Wow. Good one, Poindexter. Oh, Sherlock, you might be the gold medal winner of really being able to take in context clues.
Well,
you yourself created.
You can tell it's definitely a creepypasta because it's just like it's you can tell it's somebody young where it's like you're giving too much. You're telling, not showing.
You know what's funny is the guy who wrote this is probably Colby's age.
Probably, yeah.
Because I think this came out when Colby was in like high school, like 2009, because it was before Black.
I would say it's probably like a bit older than that. I'd probably say it's probably like 2007.
2007, still before Black. So.
Still before Black. It's not all those videos. I remember some of the thumbnails because
Colby would have been a freshman.
Yeah.
So this is 100% probably written by somebody around Colby's age.
Exactly.
What's even stranger is that after defeating a trainer and seeing Red receive $200 for winning, the battle commands would appear again. If you selected Run, the battle would end as it normally does. You could also select Curse. If you did, upon returning to the overworld, the trainer's sprite would be gone. After leaving and re-entering the area, the spot where the trainer had been would
20 years later, nobody corrects the spelling mistakes.
Would be replaced with a tombstone like the ones at Lavender Tower. The move Curse was not usable in all instances. It would fail against ghost Pokemon.
Oh, terrible on the witch who cursed this goddamn game. Really? You still left in-game mechanics?
Boo.
Terrible. Boo. Boo on the witch who cursed this Pokemon cartridge.
It would also fail if it was used against trainers that you would have to face again, such as your rival or Giovanni. It was unusable in your final battle.
So if you have Aura,
it was
Curse doesn't
usable
work?
in your final battle against them, however. So you can beat this version of the game.
Okay. I thought you just died.
That's what I thought too.
Okay.
Unless we're about to run into the greatest plot hole of all time.
Okay, continue.
I figured this was the gimmick of the game, allowing you to use the previously uncaptured ghosts, and because Curse made the game so easy, I essentially used it throughout the whole adventure.
Mm-hmm.
The game changed quite a bit after defeating the Elite Four. After viewing the Hall of Fame, which consisted of Ghost and a couple Pokemon I used for HMs, the screen cut to black. A box appeared with the words, "Many years later." It then
this game has post DLC.
Game.
Okay,
wow, this is better than
most of the games you're getting.
Base Red and Blue. You get a post game.
Yeah, okay.
It then cut to Lavender Tower. An old man was standing, looking at tombstones. You then realized this man was your character.
Oh, okay. It's a flash forward.
It's a flash forward. You're now old.
Mm-hmm.
The man moved at only half of your normal walking speed. You no longer had any Pokemon with you, not even Ghost, who up to this point had been impossible to remove from your party through depositing in PC.
Mm-hmm.
The overworld was entirely empty. There were no people at all. There are still the tombstones of the trainers you used Curse on, however.
Okay.
You could pretty much go anywhere on the overworld at this point, though your movement was limited by the fact that you had no Pokemon to use HMs. So essentially, you couldn't go anywhere because like half the game is you are required to use HMs.
I hated that.
Yeah. And regardless of where you went, the music of Lavender Town continued in an infinite loop.
I forgot how it goes.
Should we just add that to the background?
Yeah, might as well. How does it work?
Just like the old YouTube explained video.
Top 10 creepiest Pokemon Dex entries. Number 1, Drifloon. If you were to hold Drifloon by its little handles, it would pull you away. Children would go missing. Number 2, Gengar.
I like
Gengar fucking eats you. Or something like that, right?
I like how ingrained in our souls is the exact cadence that these guys would talk in on these videos.
They would always do it. YouTuber voice is different from back then because they would try to sound creepy. They wouldn't do the whole, "Hey guys, top 10 most."
Top 10. Well, there were still those guys.
There were, but they were
top 10 craziest Pokemon secrets.
Yeah.
Number 2, the Ghost Girl in Lumio City.
You know what's crazy? I'm gonna fuck.
You're gonna do what?
No. It is so wild how the Ghost Girl is no longer seen as creepy and is just gooner bait. I have seen more gooner bait of the Ghost Girl than actually people talking about the lore of that game. And funny enough on that too, I feel bad for that mystery because the Ghost Girl model shares a model with one of the
it's all the
creepy people.
Hex girls.
Yeah, one of the Hex girls says something about milk, and people have been running with that for years. Just as a child, seeing some Pokemon trainers with some, jugs on them, crazy fine as a 12-year-old. But as a grown man, I go, you what? What are you doing? What are we doing here?
Clearly, people played Pokemon I thought everyone played Pokemon because we just liked the little funny animals.
No, not at all, bro. You know another creepy...
The amount of gooners that infect a community.
I think you might be seeing it wrong or seeing it too good in the light, because aside from the creepy mysteries, it would be like
the sexual
ones. It would always... Caleb and Post put up the picture of James and Jesse, but both of them have big inflated boobs. Or is it just James? James has big inflated boobs.
James has the fake boobs on.
Yeah, and it's never shown in America. And the video would be like, in the Japanese release, James would play with himself with his big old boobies.
I like how that became a big deal, despite the fact that he literally cross-dresses for the entirety of the show.
But he doesn't have big tits, so it doesn't matter.
They had to make him no longer put on the fake boobs after that point because... It got the episode banned in the United States.
Dude, it was... I think because of those things and just sometimes the subtle implications with Brock spawned something with some young Pokemon fans. I swear to God.
Apparently, man.
But to be fair, the Lumiose Ghost Girl one, that's a genuine treat. Other than the Gooner bait.
I remember first encountering that like naturally in the game. I was just going around trying to hatch shiny Charmanders, and then I just got bored and started exploring the city. And I just remember going into that building and being stopped by a cutscene. And I was like, what's going on? I beat the game.
There's more content?
There's more content. And just have that girl float over and be like, no,
you're not the one.
And then float away. And I remember just looking at Colby on the couch and being like,
did you see that, bro?
You're going to want to see what I just saw, because what the F just happened?
Let me reload the save, bro.
And then we spent like the rest of that night trying to figure out what the heck that meant.
I really do hope they did a specific like ID register on one of those devices, so somebody got like maybe like an even creepier message, but it's just gone to the wayside.
That one person has the only one who got that,
but it probably isn't. People have cracked that game enough.
The Pokemon devs are like, no one will ever believe
you. There's no way you can crack it because it's only registered to this one device, so they'll never see it.
I hope ZA has like more to that mystery.
It will be out in an hour, I think.
Yeah. But one thing about ZA though is if they do have an answer to that mystery, it's probably in the $30 DLC.
Probably.
Unfortunate. Anyway, time to finish this creepypasta. Blah, blah, blah. Regardless of where you went, Lavender Town continued an infinite loop. After wandering for a while, I found that if you go through Diglett's cave, one of the cuttable bushes that normally blocks the path on the other side is no longer there, allowing you to advance and return to Pallet Town.
Cuttable bushes? There was no cuttable bushes in Generation 1, was there?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
right. One of the main HMs.
I thought they cut trees, not bushes.
Same thing.
This guy's a liar. This creepypasta guy.
I know it was a tree.
I know it was a tree.
It was a sapling that I somehow couldn't get around.
Bastards.
Upon entering your house and going to the exact tile where you start the game, the screen would cut black. Okay. Well, I guess he just so happened to remember exactly where you start the game.
No.
And just so happened to walk exactly there. He must have done a lot of exploring of this game.
There's just a whole bunch of stuff he didn't write down where it's just like, man, there's nothing in any of these gyms.
Everyone's gone. It's not like
the implication is you killed everybody in the Kanto region.
I hate to just keep cutting away from the story to just dog on it, but it's like, why in the world would this guy continue? What would implore this guy to continue playing this ROM hack? Or not even ROM hack at this point. This
poorly designed
used copy that was probably bootleg of Pokemon. That after the point of beating it, all the NPCs disappear. What would inspire this man to continue playing?
It's like Elden Ring, bro. Somebody will do something.
At that point, wouldn't you be like, oh man, this bootleg's so bad, all the NPCs disappear once you beat the game.
This is bullshit.
I guess I don't need to play anymore. But he had to explore every single pixel of this game. This bootleg Pokemon game that he bought at a Goodwill.
Nobody FromSoft fans. If I hit this wall 77 times, the wall will disappear.
Then a sprite of Caterpie appeared. It was replaced by a Weedle, and then a Pidgey. I soon realized, as the Pokemon progressed from Rattata to Blastoise, that these were all the Pokemon that I had used Curse on. After the end of my rival's team, a youngster appeared, then a bug catcher. These were the trainers I had cursed. Throughout the sequence, the Lavender Town music was playing, but it was slowly decreasing in pitch. By the time your rival appeared on screen, it was a little more than a demonic rumble. Another cut to black. A few moments later, the screen suddenly appeared. Your trainer sprite was now that of an old man, the same one as the one who teaches you how to catch Pokemon in Viridian City. Ghost appeared on the other side, along with the words, "Ghost wants to fight." You couldn't use items, and you had no Pokemon. If you tried to run, you couldn't escape. The only option was fight. Using fight would immediately cause you to use struggle, which didn't affect Ghost, but did chip off a bit of your own HP. When it was Ghost's turn to attack, it would simply say ... Eventually, when your HP reached a critical point, Ghost would finally use Curse. The screen cut to black a final time. Regardless of the buttons you pressed, you were permanently stuck on this black screen. At this point, the only thing you could do is turn the Game Boy off, and when you played again, New Game was the only option. The game had erased the file.
Pokemon Black, no curse Ghost run now.
No curse. I was
clearly he didn't play it well enough that we didn't see the alternate ending where you didn't kill everybody.
Yeah, you could just not use the Ghost.
Yeah, no genocide run.
He specifically chose to only use Ghost.
Now that whoever wrote this, if real, you're an asshole.
You're the problem.
You're the problem.
You deserve this. I played through this hacked game. I played through this hacked game many times, and
so
every time the game ended with this sequence. Several times I didn't use Ghost at all, though he was impossible to remove from the party. In these cases, it did not show any Pokemon or trainers and simply cut to the climactic battle with Ghost. I'm not sure what the motives were behind the creator of this hack. It wasn't widely distributed, so it was presumably not for monetary gain. It was very well done for a bootleg. It seems he was trying to convey a message, though it seems I'm the sole receiver of this message. I'm not entirely sure what it was. The inevitability of death, the pointlessness of it. Perhaps he was simply trying to morbidly inject death and darkness into a children's game. Regardless, the children's game has made me think and has made me cry.
That's it?
That's it. I remember there's like...
Oh, remember this? You remember the sprites, right?
Yeah. There's like
Armageddon and like death or something.
Yeah, I think it was Buried Alive.
Yeah.
I think that's it. That must be a different creepypasta that like the game starts in Lavender Town and like you're going through and then like your final battle is against Buried Alive and he ends up like killing you. That's the end of it. And then there's a creepypasta that the original Lavender Town theme in green and red caused children to commit suicide.
God, it's always child suicide.
It's always kids. They can't just have the kids live.
No, it's always the kids died. It's like, really?
They're like lemmings right off the cliff.
Yeah.
Even though the lemmings were also not committing suicide, they were murdered because they were purposely pushed off the cliff.
Yeah, it's always some... Kevin, push the penguins off the cliff. That clip. It's funny. It's really funny seeing these old creepypastas because you just... Okay, in hindsight, right? We'll do hypothetical here. If Pokemon Black was real, somebody dead ass just modded or ROM'd hack Pokemon Red to just include a starter you can't get rid of and then remove somehow all the NPCs from all locations just to end with a struggle fight. That's it? That's all. Yeah. That's all it was.
No, he actually took away the only post game from Red and Blue at that point because you're supposed to, after beating the Elite Four, be able to go around the region and eventually catch Mewtwo.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
But he got rid of that, and instead you get into a battle that causes your save to reset.
That's fucked up.
So arguably,
the greatest troll ever?
This bootlegger created the worst Pokemon game.
Maybe the greatest troll of all time.
The greatest troll of all time. That's what's crazy. Is we so far we've only talked about just the video game creepypastas.
Well,
there's so many creepypastas that came up at the same time. Yeah.
They're all ass.
They really were.
Because they're all just like... Then one night, you're sleeping, and then a mysterious dark figure shows up and sees you while you... That's just a paralysis demon.
Jeff the Killer guy came up and said, I'm gonna Jeff's the kills you.
That's what it is. And you know what? I'll give credit to that one. Jeff the Killer is only cool now because there's a whole like, wait a minute, what's the original picture of Jeff the Killer?
Yeah, the lost media of knowing what the original photo was before it got
Isn't it just some fat Asian or Korean chick, right? Isn't that what the theory is now?
So,
or something like that.
That
right? Am I thinking that correctly? And that's pretty cool. But other than that, it's just Jeff the Killer was abused one day, and now he goes around just killing everybody. I'm like, really? That's it? Like, no, like, cool. Like, I won't lie.
He also became a Tumblr sexy man. Huh? He also became a Tumblr sexy man.
Everybody becomes a Tumblr sexy man at one point. That's not even cool either.
I think they're theorizing this was the original picture.
Yeah. I think this was the original one, right?
That's the one I usually see when people talk about it.
Yeah. And then they ended up modding it or whatever. It's just it's large Asian chick.
What was the other one? The Momo one? You remember Momo?
I remember Momo. Momo was weird.
That I remember Etika talking about it and his stream getting cursed because of after looking at it.
And I remember the humanoid Mickey Mouse guy doing something. I like that one because you can fucking around. If you know how to hack, you can do shit with Discord. And somebody's like, I'm gonna leak your location. It's like, I already have your IP address, your home address, your full name and birth date. I am now going to terrorize you. I love those bits where like I remember getting a Momo one back in the day, and it just not working. It's just like wow, so scary.
It's but I think what's even more funny is that the Momo, the picture of Momo was originally like, from what I heard, was a statue that somebody made that's supposed to ward off like evil or something. It was supposed to be like a good thing, but then the internet turned it into a creepypasta, and the creator got so mad they destroyed it.
Tragic.
I
remember there used to be a funny one. This is how the internet fucking deals with the horror stuff. I remember there being an image. I can't remember exactly what it is, but it's like, don't let your feet hang off the bed. She'll eat them or whatever. And somebody changed the text. It's like, I'll hang my dick off the bed so she gobbles it. Or something like that. And it's like, nothing on the internet is taken seriously.
No.
Like, you can try to make like Jeff the Killer, Slenderman.
Definitely not anymore. Like back in the day, those creepypastas, I guess then again, we were in like middle school
and like we didn't know any better.
Elementary school circles. So it was like, ooh, the Jeff the Killer guy, he's gonna come in your sleep if you don't. It was always, I think these always originated from some sort of, I don't remember what they're called, where you get a message and it's like, oh, you need to send this to 5 people or else the Biggly Boo's gonna come and eat your brain.
I remember those. I remember being as a child though, it did work. Slenderman did fuck me up though. I had like 2 or 3 nightmares about him.
Are you serious?
I did. So fun fact about me, when I was a child, the only way I could sleep was scaring myself to sleep. I would have active nightmares or like daydream hallucinations of like scary shit. Zombies were a big one. COD zombies fucked me up. As a grown man now, it's completely different. Caleb and Post, insert the meme of when you had a bad dream when you're 5, but you're ready now, or whatever that meme format is. That's me now, because I'm over here like I play COD zombies, and I'm just like, me. I'm like, man, just give me the fucking Pack-a-Punch room. Like the child mind is so fragile, but as a grown man with a front lobe, I'm like, Olympia, get to the door, power on, Pack-a-Punch by round 5. Let's get it, bitches. Like it's not even close anymore. But like as a child, I would be fucked up.
That's crazy. I can't. It's actually shocking to me that people were scared of COD zombies.
It was just when you play 5, it's just shocking. Like you beat the campaign and it's like, oh, Mr. President, it's Nixon. Oh, Mr. President, something's at the door. You're Nixon, sit down. And then Fidel, and then apparently that did happen. It's really weird that how crazy the start. Caleb and Post, play the intro to 5. that meeting they're having is real. JFK and Fidel Castro did meet like that. The zombies didn't happen, of course, but
that we know
of. But that did happen. But like that whole scene was like the American right, and then they just all fucking start cocking their guns and shit. It's so fucking funny.
It's actually kind of cool. Kind of goes hard.
I was like, damn, okay, JFK.
All right.
And then you have to deal with the guy who steals your gun every few rounds, and you're just like, oh, fuck this guy.
Hate him.
But you know, like some of them did work. I think Slenderman was a pretty good one because he had a games. There was. Were you good? You tweaking? Why are you tweaking?
Nothing happened.
Caleb and Poe, look what you did. You just did this. What is happening? What's going on?
I don't know. I thought you reacted first, so I was concerned what you were concerned about. Because you had a shocked reaction, so I was like, what happened? Literally, all I did was I scratched my nose, reached for my phone because I was going to look up something, and then I looked back, and Alex is like progressively more shocked, and I was like, what happened?
What's going on?
What did I do? Did a sound happen?
Going into more recent creepypastas, the only one as of late that was kind of like super, super popular before like some of the bigger YouTubers started covering them was, when I remember specifically, was the old suspected anime where it's like 5 anime girls trapped in a door or like in a room, and they all basically kill themselves to like death. They either beat each other to death or they slowly smash their brains against walls to kill each other. And everyone's like, we gotta find this morbidly dark 80s anime. And then like some years later, the guys are like, who posted it on Reddit, it's like, guys, I made it the fuck up. And it's the funniest thing ever. I forgot what it's called, but it's like, that was one of the big ones. It's like, we gotta find this obscure, brutal-esque anime like that fits among these other ones. Because of course, there was some really gory, like brutalist anime back in the day. So everybody was trying to find this hidden gem they all wanted to see, and it just turns out it's just like, no, I made it the fuck up. It's just awesome. I love it when
that is funny.
It's like all these girls beat themselves and kill each other to death. It's just this crazy morbid story. Not real. It's like, wow. Man. And then eventually transformed to analog horror.
It did transform. And that's the modern version of the creepypasta.
And it's ass. Most of it is ass.
Yeah.
Like, I think
like the first versions of it were like cool. Interesting.
Yeah.
But
I don't like the one everybody kind of glazes is Monument Mythos, and that whole one where it's like there's actually creepy monsters everywhere, and then it just devolves into fucking like multiverse DC. Like there's a Nixon version of Superman, and I'm like, what are we doing? What the fuck? I most of the stuff, if it's on Wendigoon's channel, it's for the most part meh. Because I remember one of them, because my friend Jobber was talking about it with oh my god, I'm fucking forgetting it. It's with like when they killed Gabriel. Forgot what it's called.
Chainmail Curse.
Oh, the Chainmail Curse is a pretty good one too. Some of them are bad because it just basically boils down to some of them being like, it's an incomprehensible deity. Everything just boils down to like cosmic horror, and it's just like, really?
Yeah,
that's
it.
It's
not being creative.
It's just, oh, you can't beat this thing. Oh, why not? It's just God. I'm like, okay, whatever, man.
Well, it's no longer fun.
It's just like, but like, you got to remember the Saw, because no one's gonna remember most of this analog horror stuff, because everyone's gonna be like, you still remember Slenderman, you still remember Jeff. These guys still have clout to this day for specific reasons. I can't even remember the whole fucking. I'm gonna look it up right now.
I like the ones that are the early ones.
Okay, that was. I won't lie. That one actually jump scared me. Just leaving on Safari with the SUV.
That
just means it's a good design. That's it's Jeff, Slenderman, and SCP-173. Those ones are the classics. They knew what the hell they were doing. They really did.
But no, like I like the ones where it's like the Uncanny Valley.
Yeah, no, those ones are good. Those ones are good. Hold on.
Like, where it's like the doppelgangers. You got to keep an eye out for the doppelgangers.
Yeah.
But then it's like that just devolved into nonsense.
Oh yeah.
Like I don't know how people find some of these scary because they literally just evolve into nonsensical stuff. It's like, are you having feelings of glorb? And it's like, am I supposed to be scared of glorb?
The FNAF VH tape. There are some like upgraded horror some people do, like especially FNAF that is done very well. That's that I true. do think are very good. Conspiracy. I would agree. Hold on. I have no mouth, but I must scream. Yeah, it's the Mandela catalog. That one is the fact that eventually that one just got ratted out for somebody having like a copy fetish is fucking crazy, bro. Insane lore. Yeah, insane lore. And Wendigoon will never do it again.
Sex with myself? Outrageous.
It's just self-cess. It's all it is. I'm like, Jesus Christ, man. Come on.
Insane.
There are some interesting ones. I think it's just a byproduct. I think the backrooms are okay. What do you feel about the backrooms?
I get like the liminal space horror behind it is good. I just don't think it's always executed good.
Yeah.
Like I don't think it's any scarier than that it's like, look at this place. It looks liminal. Yep. That makes me uncomfy. But like anything out, like trying to expand lore off of that, I just don't think is.
You know what? Good. Can I say something? Earlier upstairs while we were munching, it was very liminal space when you and Colby left that corner of the house. I was like, that's a liminal space, just right there. Anyway, I wasn't terrified or anything. I just like
I
audio
actually,
cue.
On TikTok the other day too, somebody was showing like a video of the railroad tracks behind Walmart here in town, and that gave off very liminal space vibes. It was like, yeah, I could see this being a terrifying setting, but like to build that's where the problem is they try to build a horror franchise specifically off of a setting.
Yeah,
where it's like.
It's the monster.
It's good, but it's like, it's not going to work.
Yeah.
Like, walking through the back rooms endlessly.
It's why Friday the 13th just doesn't work well without Jason. Oh, Crystal Lake and the camp counselor who just kills people because they're having sex. Ooh. Then you add Jason, and it's like, oh shit, this is different.
That was probably one of the biggest horror movie twists of the time.
Yeah.
Was that Jason was alive in the lake.
And then he just shows up. Rawr!
Crazy.
My ghost goat rider would destroy him.
Yeah.
Feel pain for your sins.
Feel pain for your
Unless
sins.
it's a different fucking author writing him and the penance stare just doesn't work.
I'll never. That's stupid.
Oh,
that's
dude, it's dumb every time.
That's so stupid.
Yeah.
Literally.
Oh, but you can resist it if you're just too fucking stupid or what you think is just totally morally correct.
That would mean it doesn't work on anybody.
Yeah, no. And then on Thanos, it's just like, ooh, a sweet tweet. How the fuck does that work?
That would literally mean penance stare wouldn't work on Hitler.
It wouldn't.
It would not work on Hitler.
Yeah,
it wouldn't work on any pedophile ever.
It would just.
It wouldn't work in general because most people who do these things don't think they're terrible people
until they have to.
It would literally only work on good people with guilty consciences.
Yeah, it's so dumb. It is so dumb.
Bad writing. That's the worst part. You get people like the guy who wrote the Pokemon Black creepypasta into big spaces and you get terrible writing.
I have to ask, what made him cry in that story?
I don't know.
I cried because I killed people. So you told me in all these different runs you did, you killed everybody with the Pokemon.
He even said that he didn't. He had runs where he wouldn't kill everyone.
So then why did you cry?
For what purpose? If you were going to get to was it you're crying because you were frustrated that the game wasn't working? Because, I mean, honestly, after like one playthrough, I don't think I'd play the game again.
I think we should invent a new horror genre on YouTube, and it's just cursed ROM hacks, but you do a playthrough of them.
Real.
That's how they work.
Isn't that already one of the channels. Like, there's a YouTube channel that's already kind of like that.
I think so.
It was I think the game was called Crow, right?
I have no idea.
I remember MatPat made a theory on it.
I do want to make a comment on this. I hate how everything became horror. Like everybody tried to make VH like horror things. I saw one for JoJo's. I saw one for Superman. I saw one for like DC. Like everything got like a VH horror like thing. I'm like, dude, we're doing too much. This is so oversaturated, bro. It's so dumb. Like it entered meme territory where it's not fun anymore because everybody does it, and then everybody's still trying to do it, and I'm just like, whatever. And then there's some people who do like really good CGI who show off their skills, and I'm like, okay, that's how you can separate yourself from the crowd or whatever. But I think maybe that's the same guy who did the Mandela catalog. I can't remember. My neurons are getting twisted right there. Because I think Wendigoon was like, I'm never going to cover this guy in specific because he was weird. Because I think he made a second like creepypasta series. At one point with some of this horror just needs to end or it just evolves on its own. It's why Slenderman was so good. Yeah. Because it's just all like the paper and like he tracks down kids and they slowly built it up.
Mm-hmm. Nutter Butter is actually just nonsense. Yeah. Like they're basically just throwing up content at this point. Yeah, it's just to get people. I
think Lethal Company as of recently has been one of the more successful ones.
We need to get back into that.
I do, but genuinely, it's just like to figure out the story. It's just like, why do I have to play with 4 people? I want like a 10-man team so we can just
get the whole gang.
Yeah, I'm tired of the 4-man parties. I want a 10-man. I know.
Just put the mods on like peak.
Yeah. And it's so what I hate the fact at standard from now. I guess does Peak count as horror?
I don't know.
Because you have the camper guy.
It has elements. Mm-hmm. I'd say no, but it does have like that unintended horror. Yeah. Of like, oh gosh, I need to survive.
Yeah, it's just so weird. I do hope we get a new FNAF. I think I would like a new FNAF to show up. Just a whole new like category of genre. Not like Silent Hill or Resident Evil like horror, but just like somebody just make something that's not an ARG or like here's a I fucking hate the VHS like analog horror things because it's all like, what makes it scary? I go into Photoshop, black and white it, oversaturate the hell out of it, then just put like a pixelate pattern on it. Analog horror.
Oh like, no, man, it's scary.
Oh my god, man, it's so boring. It's so uncreative. Yeah. It's something everybody can do. I could probably make an analog horror JoJo thing. I've seen somebody already do it. I was not interested. I was like, that's okay. I think you could probably do better, but it just doesn't blend well.
No. And it's oversaturated at this point with so much slop that there's no point of even trying to make it good.
I think if anything, a somebody has to do Lethal Company again. But this time make it more about the world than just your friends.
I don't know because the part of Lethal Company that made it, I think, so good was that proximity chat. That when your coworker died,
hey guys,
their comms were just silent.
Guys, I remember Rodin playing it. It's on a live stream somewhere. He's like, I'm caught in a fucking genjutsu. Where am I?
I think we forget after not playing it for a long time, like how intense those moments actually get.
Okay, I have a little bit of complaining to do.
What's your complaint?
The minute we could have dressed up as Doom Guy or Mario, it immediately broke the game. Like I couldn't take it seriously.
No,
anymore.
Well, that's again mods.
Yeah.
Which is
I'm fine with having multiple people on, but the moment it gets too colorful, like it breaks the immersion, I'm out of it. At one point, it was just collect all these things and leave. There was no horror.
I've never played with mods on any of these games. So, especially Lethal Company. I always played base game Lethal Company, which I think was just a good experience. It's just fun going out and being like, all right, guys, let's try to meet quota. And then we all die horrifically.
And then everybody laughs in heaven. Yeah. No, it was... I want more Lethal Company.
We do.
Fighting the shotgun was pretty badass, though.
I think we should just get back into that. We should just play that again.
We should. I wonder, can I get a Lethal Company 2?
Lethal Company 2, baby.
For $7 and it outsells COD.
The devs probably could. They've probably made so much money off of this game.
Yeah. There should be a game where we all play as dogs.
Puppy.
We're all puppies trying to find things, and we're slowly being picked off one by one. There's a game dev idea right there. But I guess I know we're trying to wind down, but is there always like a certain aesthetic with these games? There's always something, right? Something that always clues in a whole big audience. What do you think it is? Final question.
I think it's just uniqueness. Because like Five Nights at Freddy's, the first one, was a very unique take on both the horror genre and also like the survival horror genre specifically, and the horror that everybody kind of had pre-installed of finding the Chuck E. Cheese animatronics uncanny. Like everybody already thought that. So just that kind of emboldened that. And then with Lethal Company, it was like, why
are we exactly doing this?
Not only was it like a unique take on the genre, but also it allowed you to experience the horror with your friends without it in the base form, without it being too
goofy.
Like you could actually still be like terrified of the surroundings because it literally was you were literally doing a job.
Yeah, I have to argue. I think my one complaint about the base game is it really was actually pretty difficult to get to the higher planets. I have no idea how the devs expected 4 people to get all of that shit without dying. Like it took. Final comment. Why does it take 4 people to get that much money in that collective area, but also have to deal with all of those mobs at once? There's no way. You would have to go on a perfect run every time. There's no way. There should have been more items to eventually buy.
Cassius did it once.
Yeah,
we did it once. We made it to the hardest planet and just immediate pain.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's so weird. Iron Lung was a pretty interesting one.
Which one?
Iron Lung.
Iron Lung. I'm still waiting on the movie.
Yeah, because I watched Mark's like one video, 2 videos on it, and I'm just like,
he played the original version and then the updated version.
You know what's funny about Iron Lung? Somebody made a video talking about like the base concept, and they'd be like, with all the blood around, you would be technically fine. You could just use the blood as resources to like fill out like a whole bunch of human needs. Like it'd be perfectly fine. It's like, oh well, that isn't immersion breaking. Like, suspend your disbelief, of course, but it's just like, it's so funny. And also, I do have to give a little comment. Out of all the things Mark makes a game on or movie on, it's Iron Lung.
It was interesting.
I guess. I don't know. I watched those few videos. I'm just like, this is it? You're just... I want to watch it with you. Wherever it releases, I will go with you on that given weekend and drive to Yakima to fucking watch this movie. And I will have slightly high expectations. I swear to God, if it's just Mark in a fucking cave, or not cave, in the submarine the entire time, and there's not like really any bigger things to grasp, I'm going to be like, I think we could have done better here. I think we could have done better. We'll see. I think I'm entrusting Mark with a lot of favor here. I think he can do a lot. I think he knows what he likes and dislikes. I'm curious how this is going to work out. I hope there's more than we're just immediately in the submarine. I hope there's some lore, some substance in the background. Tom, we have to send you away because we're gonna fucking die, and there's actual plot.
Isn't the main character a criminal, and that's why he's sent down there?
Yeah, I want to see like why he's convicted, why there's a reason for that. Be like, oh, okay, more than just like Star Wars text.
Star Wars text.
I hate when a movie. Okay, sometimes I like it, but when it's for a horror based genre thing, I go, really? You're making me read? Really?
Anyway, I'm gonna end the episode before Alex adds another 15 minutes on. See you guys next time for another spooky month, and then spooky month's over.
I know.
Sad.
Sad.
Anyway, peace out.
Then finesse him.